The basketball world is buzzing tonight after outspoken analyst Stephen A. Smith dropped what might be his most explosive take of the season. And this time, his target is none other than superstar guard Luka Dončić. It all started when reports surfaced of a shocking $32 million fallout, sending fans, insiders, and analysts scrambling for answers. And when the story broke, you knew Stephen A. wasn't going to stay quiet for long. On a fiery segment airing on ESPN, Stephen A. leaned forward, locked eyes with the camera, and delivered a statement that instantly set social media on fire. He said Luka's situation isn't just about money. It's about leadership. It's about accountability. And most importantly, it's about whether Luka is truly ready to carry a franchise to championship glory. Stephen A. argued that while Luka's talent is undeniable, his body language, conditioning questions, and emotional reactions during tough games have raised concerns among league insiders. According to him, superstars don't just dominate the stat sheet. They control the locker room, the tempo, and the culture. And that's where Stephen A. believes Luka still has something to prove. Now, fans of the Dallas Mavericks quickly jumped to Luka's defense online. They pointed out his historic scoring runs, his playoff heroics, and the fact that he's carried the team through injuries and roster instability. But Stephen A. doubled down. He insisted that the $32 million fallout signals deeper issues behind the scenes, tensions about roster decisions, contract expectations, and long-term commitment to building a title contender. He even hinted that this could be a defining moment in Luka's career. Because in the modern NBA, greatness isn't measured only by triple-doubles. It's measured by how you respond when pressure hits, when expectations rise, and when the spotlight burns hottest. Stephen A. closed his rant with a warning. If Luka embraces this moment, he could silence every critic and cement himself as the next face of the league. But if the drama continues, the narrative may start shifting from generational talent to unfinished superstar. And just like that, the debate exploded across basketball media. Is Luka being unfairly targeted? Or is Stephen A. calling out truths that fans don't want to hear? One thing is certain, the fallout from this story is just beginning. Because when big money, big expectations, and big personalities collide, the entire NBA feels the shockwave. And now, all eyes are on Luka Dončić to see how he responds. As the fallout story kept spreading, the conversation around Luka Dončić took an even sharper turn. Because this wasn't just about one contract figure or one disagreement behind closed doors. According to insiders, the tension hints at a bigger question hovering over the franchise. Can Luka truly lead a championship culture, or is he still learning what that responsibility demands? When Stephen A. Smith returned to the topic the following day, he made it clear he wasn't backing down. He said superstars at Luka's level are judged differently, not just by their highlights, but by how they respond to adversity. He pointed out that legends in this league faced moments like this too. Contract disputes, front office clashes, media pressure. The difference, he argued, is that the greatest players used those moments as fuel. Now the spotlight is burning brighter than ever in Dallas, where the Dallas Mavericks front office suddenly finds itself under intense scrutiny. Are they building around Luka the right way? Have they given him enough defensive help? Or is this fallout exposing a deeper disconnect between star player and organization? Around the league, executives are quietly watching. Because in today's NBA, superstar satisfaction often determines. Some say Luka has already proven himself, a generational playmaker who drags his team into contention night after night. Others argue that true franchise icons elevate everyone around them, both on and off the court. And that's where the pressure builds. Because this moment could shape how Luka's career narrative unfolds from here. Not just as a stats machine, but as a leader. If he responds with focus, dominance, and a deep playoff run, this controversy could vanish overnight, replaced by MVP chants and championship dreams. But if frustrations linger and results don't follow, this $32 million fallout could become the turning point analysts look back on years from now. The moment when expectations finally caught up to the prodigy. And with voices across sports media echoing the debate, one thing is certain. The Luka Dončić story just entered a new chapter, and the league is watching every move. As the noise around the situation keeps growing, sources now suggest the ripple effects could reach far beyond one contract disagreement. Because when a franchise centerpiece like Luka Dončić is involved, every decision suddenly carries massive weight. League insiders are now asking a bigger question. Is this just a temporary conflict, or the beginning of long-term instability? On another heated segment, Stephen A. Smith hinted that moments like this often reveal how strong an organization truly is behind the scenes. He emphasized that championship teams don't just rely on talent. They rely on alignment between their superstar, the front office, and the locker room. And that's where speculation begins. Some insiders believe the presence of co-star Kyrie Irving adds another layer to the story. Not because of conflict, but because championship expectations skyrocket when two elite creators share the floor. If results don't match those expectations, the pressure multiplies because in today's league, patience runs thin when a generational talent is in his prime. Inside the arena, fans still roar for Luka's brilliance. Step-back threes. Impossible pass. Game-saving heroics. But outside the arena, the conversation has shifted. It's no longer just about whether Luka is great. It's about whether he can transform greatness into championships. For the Dallas Mavericks, the stakes couldn't be higher. A strong playoff push could silence every rumor overnight and remind the league why Luka is viewed as one of basketball's future faces. But if the turbulence continues, this storyline could evolve into something much bigger than one fallout figure. Because in the NBA, narratives change quickly, and legacies are shaped by how stars respond when the pressure peaks. And right now, all eyes remain on Luka Dončić. Not just to see how he plays next, but how he leads next. Now the question isn't just about headlines, rumors, or a $32 million fallout. The real question is what happens next for Luka Dončić. Because moments like this define careers. They separate the stars from the legends, the stat leaders from the championship leaders, the faces of today from the icons remembered forever. Voices like Stephen A. Smith may keep the debate loud, but ultimately the only response that matters will come on the court. Every possession, every playoff game, every leadership moment in the locker room. For the Dallas Mavericks, the path forward is simple but brutal. Win, and the noise disappears. Lose, and the questions grow louder. Because in the NBA, reputations change fast, but legacies are written in championships. And now, Luka stands at one of those turning points. Will this controversy become just another forgotten headline, or the spark that fuels his rise to greatness? We're about to find out. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe,